Okay, you're gonna stay here, okay? You're not going anywhere. You stay put. I don't want anything bad to happen to you, okay? So, stay here, okay? And you sit. Guys, welcome back to Among Trees. I'm beginning to wonder if the bear only likes to hang around locations that are still loaded up with loot. Now this one right here, this is the one that we're trying to get to. I tried coming around that side, tried coming around this side, and this is now maybe the 5th day in a row that he has been here without leaving. And it makes me wonder, maybe there just aren't that many more locations for loot. I've picked clean this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. These two. I mean, surely there's more out there, but why, oh why, would he be here day after day after day, when in the first 10 days of the game, he was never in the same place twice? Now, the music changes, and when you're starting the game, you get a little bleep indicator when you've gotten too close to the bear or you're in his vicinity. But if you look at the very top center of the screen, that eyeball, that lets you know you're in bear territory. So if I get swiped by him, I'm going to die. I already used my health kit the last time I came this way. But we need to see if there's any seeds here. Otherwise, we're never going to get to grow anything. I wasted a couple of seeds on some poor planning. Let's peek at the map. Okay. I'm sneaking right now. And he not gonna see us, okay? Well, that's stupid. You're inside a rock. I can't even get what's there, even if it was delicious seeds. Now, is there more here that we could use? Are there lockpick boxes? Are there little hollowed out... Yes, I see stuff. But where is our friend? Where's the big bear? Where are you? Uh-huh. I see. Figured I'd start today's episode with some intensity. If we're smart, we can get to these goods. He's stupid. He's a stupid idiot. So... right there. Turn your back, idiot. Just bear with me, guys. Grin and bear it. Oh, I know, I'm unbearable. Y'all can't see me. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. No, we're dead. We're so dead. He hasn't decided yet if he saw me. He's forgotten. He's forgetting. Hoo! That'll get the heart rate up. Too close. Much too close. Oh, that'll do it. Okay. Ha. 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 Let's go craft a med kit. Now, we know there is food that can heal you. Food can't stop you bleeding. That wouldn't make any sense, right? No, but it can extend your life while you are bleeding out. Alright, I certainly have the resources back at home to craft up. God dang it. I thought I was very well hidden. Up close and personal with this guy. I thought I was so well hidden. Alright, my friends, I'm gonna get home and make a med kit, and I guess, instead of searching that location, that's just too dangerous. We're going to have to set out and find a new loot spot. And that means grabbing the tent and doing some serious exploration. Otherwise, I don't know where we're gonna get our hands on the seeds we need to make use of our greenhouse. Alright, my friends, welcome back. He's getting hungry, but he shouldn't be very hungry until tomorrow. I'm wondering if we just tell him to stay here. That way, if we do go exploring into an area he can't follow, like last time we took out the tent, we don't have to make a long journey to get back to him. So why don't we go here? Where did I put my tools? And we are going to... Oh, I've already got it. We are going to take with us the tent. We're going to leave the compass. It's not the most valuable thing in the world. And we're going to leave the... cooking pot, because I don't see the value in making another one of those fires. I'm going to just make sure we have a little bit of food with us for today, which means crafting some up. And once I've done that, I will set out and we will do a little exploration. I've decided where we're going to go. Guaranteed, there will be 1 or 2 loot locations somewhere up in here, and I just did a little research. It seems like the bear has 2 major haunts that he tends to hang out at, and this is one of them. So if we get lucky, we might find a day when he's not there, but I have not been lucky so far. So I've been using the storage up here, excuse me, and finding useful ways to put it to use. Do we have any more sticks for fuel for our fire? This is my wood box. We don't. Okay, so I'm going to get some food cooking, and once I've got a little bit set up for today, we'll set out on an exploration adventure. Well, time flies, friends. It is day 20. Not sure whether we'll need it, but I'm going to take the tent with us, as well as 2 fully cooked meals. That should get us through the day. We're going to leave Foxy behind, and we are going to head, yes, in this direction, past the Crystal Cave and up into this unexplored region up here in search of some new loot. Alright, there's the entrance right over there to the Crystal Cave, if you're wondering on the map where it is, right here. And we're going to put this rock wall on our left, and we are just going to see what chunks of unexplored world are out here. And it looks like a big old chunk. Have I ever been out here before? I still have. Okay, I'll let you know when we get to some new turf, okay guys? Have we done it already? Is that a new structure already? Or is that somewhere we've been before? It looks quite far off. Oh no, what are the odds? I've come to the bear's other hideout? Good lord, what a mess. We're running away. Let's find ourselves a different location, guys, and at least we know now. There are 2, supposedly, where the bear tends to hang out, and that's one of them. Oh, this is good stuff, guys. We have been looking to collect some of this. Dogbane stems. They are required in, I think, both the brewery and the sewing room construction recipes. But at the very least, just one of those. And I think it was 6 that were required. So we're going to need at least 6 and maybe more. How many did we get? 8. Wonderful. Okay, so let's push on into more unexplored territory. Let's see what we can find before today is done. I mean, what are the odds? The bear has 2 hangouts. I go to the same one 5 days in a row. It's the first day I don't go there. Guess what? He's at his other one, and we just walked up to it. What are the odds? Check this out. This is a little bit of a different look, this yellow grass. I wonder what else we'll find out here that's new and exciting. This is pretty. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is lovely. Rose hips. Now, I have seen these once before, but I don't know if it was in this series of recordings. I think they are a brewing ingredient. Green plant with red fruit. Yes, a brewing ingredient. I found something else that fit that description last time I was out and about, and I've stashed it away, so when we do get to brewing, we now have some things to put in our brewing set. It would take a long time to fully explore this world, guys. Oh, nope. Yes, no. Okay, I thought we found a good loot spot. Deceptive. This is it, guys. Solidago. A bright yellow flower that can be used as a brewing ingredient. Well, that's cool. And there are several of them here. Well, maybe today is the day we make the brewing room, and we get to, if I don't find seeds, then we can hold off on growing crops for a little bit longer. We can see what the brewing room is all about. Now, things you brew, tea, as well as alcohol. Which one this place does, I don't know. I would assume it's more like medicinal beverages and things like that. I have not seen another tower except for the one the bear was at. And it's been rainy and dreary all day, which seems to limit visibility just a little bit. Let's detour a little off the path we've been on, and we'll see what's out in this direction. Big old clearing, right? Ooh. Ooh! Oh, good stuff! Finally a new location. Excellent. Alright, guys. Fingers crossed this holds some seeds. That is what we need. Seeds mostly seem to be in these. Turnip seeds. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to have to clear up the inventory a little bit. And these. Oh, ruby beet seeds. Okay, so our crop growing days are not done. We'll save the brewing for tomorrow. I'm going to gather up everything there is to gather here. That means dropping a few random items and eating a little bit of our food. Lord knows we need it. And I think we'll drop the chicory. Discard. And see what else I can get home, guys. But it means we can come back out here in the near future. Lots of good stuff out here, so I'll have this spot marked on my map. You can see it right up here. It looks like we're in a little... We must be on top of it, but we're in a little circular kind of cove. And, you know what? That rope, we're not going to be able to keep that, are we? No, we need the turnip seeds, so we discard the rope. I hate to do that, because these resources are limited, but I'll check everything. We will come back in the future in order to get the most out of this. But what we need now are beetsy, and they don't stack. They don't stack. Okay, so I'm going to have to come home and come back here with a very empty inventory instead of picking up resources along the way. Alright, so this is what we're seeing on the map. This curving ridge. Check it out. It seems to completely encircle this area. So when you come out here to explore for yourself, this is what's represented on the map. So everything you need is on top of it. And we're going to have to return here ourselves. It's not quite sunset, so let's take a longer route home. Maybe we'll come back around this little bit of lake out here, and I will see. Who knows? Maybe we stumble on another cave or some more dog bane on our way home. You never know. Oh, no way! What are the odds? Okay, so we're going to have to return here. And return with a fairly empty inventory, but we've found another loot location. I'm just going to walk all around it so that we can, gather everything when we come back, but I'm also going to use the lockpick, and we know that we left behind at least one pack of seeds, but I'm just going to use the lockpick. That way when we come out, we can leave the lockpick behind. There should be a third lockbox, and this is it right here. Okay, so... a few more seeds awaiting us. I am going to head for home. No way after days of searching and finally finding two in a single go that I find another one. But we did find the one where the bear was hiding out. So, good stuff to know. I'm going to kind of circle back by that one on the way home. I think it was it down here? Might have been up here a little bit. But I'll take our way back by this lake. I may very well have to use the tent to call it a night because the sun is setting, but our boy at home should be fine. I've got one fillet of fish set aside, so when we do get back there, we'll feed him, empty out the inventory. I'll make another trip out here for the rest of the seeds, and we will try once again and finish this episode with a little bit of plant cultivation. Alright guys, since it has been a day of this, I'm going to take a risk and discard a piece of cloth, But we found a heck of a lot of brewing ingredients, and I just found another one, thistle root. So I think I'm nearly home. We're going to get home without having to use the tent, but that's good. So we now have 3 ingredients for our brews, and next episode, maybe 2 episodes from now, we will go ahead and build the brewing room. But all those resources, just in case you didn't see where I was on the map, the thistle root was somewhere up in here. And where's my home icon? It feels like I'm going the wrong way. Home sweet home. And I'm getting tired. You can see the edges of my screen really starting to frost up. And you know what that means. Now, let's check you out. Very hungry. So we're going to hop into the storage box. I'll stash you away and I'll grab this. Just so that we know this guy's okay for tomorrow. He has been fed. Alright. So, a whole bunch of cool brewing ingredients, and I have a trip to make out tomorrow to grab the rest of the seeds. I'll see what else I can find. I'll stop by the 2 bear locations. We're going to put our brewing stuff in this one for now. And you can, by the way, right-click and fill up your inventory. But let's take one quick peek. 6 dogbane stems for the sewing room. Now, that doesn't seem like as important a thing as the brewing room, but a bigger backpack, man, that would change everything. So today's goal, really, by the end of the episode, I'm going to plant some crops and then not travel for a day. So we're going to do this. Actually, you know what? Well, first thing in the morning, we'll plant 2 things of turnips. I'll water them, and I will not use the tent. I will not spend a night away from home. I'll water these things twice a day just to make sure we don't run into trouble. And by the end of the episode, let's just do it. There we go. By the end of the episode, we're going to have something growing here, which is going to be superb. All right, guys, I'm going to get a nap in, and I will see you in a few minutes. Well, it'll be a few minutes for me, but I'll see you guys in about 1 second. All right, we have been alive for 3 weeks in this world, guys, and I need to show you something I did not notice last time. Each of these has its own water icon, so you can't just water one, you have to water all 3. And I believe when you plant the ruby beets, there are 4 plants. A little reminder of garbage day popping up on my watch. But I've got a journey to do. I'm going to gather up all the loot that we left behind out at that location, leave behind our tent, and I'll leave the fox here for another day, and come back here by nightfall in order to water everything once more. But I'll clear up the inventory, including the lockpick. That way we will have 11 backpack slots, and I'll be able to gather everything we left behind, including seeds for another new plant. Before the episode ends, we will harvest a crop. That was my promise last episode, and I let everything die. I will not do that this time. Welcome back, my friends, and it is time we finally put our greenhouse to use. You're not going to believe this, but I just went to sleep, woke up, and had more dead plants from the last time I saw you. So what I've done in the interim is I took 2 more days, explored, and found some new locations for us to gather seeds, and I have 6 packets of seeds. We're going to plant 3, and I'm not going to leave the house. I'm only going to plant 3 just in case there's a glitch, and these seeds are sort of a limited resource, so we'll take 2 turnips and 1 beet, and I'll leave the same back here in storage. And you know what? Since we're not leaving the house, I can empty some more tools right here. I have lots of food, so I can cook. I've got an extra piece of fish, so we don't have to leave to feed him. And I'm just gonna babysit these beauties. Speaking of tools, let me grab the watering can. But I'm not sure how temperamental the plants are. And we need, if we're gonna do this, if this is gonna be a good YouTube series, we need to teach you the intricacies of the game. So I'm going to keep super close eye on them. We'll pay attention to the growing cycles, and I won't leave the place. So we're going to go ruby beet, plant seed. And there are 4. We're going to water those in a second. We'll hop over here. Turnip seeds, 3. Turnip seeds, 3. And let's pop in the inventory. We'll click on this. Press it up. Here. Number 2, number 3. So we'll put this on 3, and it's still very full. So the only thing I would have to leave the house for is to fill the watering can. And I'm so afraid to do that. So we'll see if we can get all these seeds to grow with the water we have left. I'm hoping we can. Ivory, turnip, and ruby beet. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to be... careful with our water so we don't waste any. Okay, so we've got maybe 2/3 of a can. This is going to be very boring for me, and I will not make you sit through it, but I'm just going to kill time in the house. I'm afraid if I walk too far away, these things die. But I mean, we came home, had growing plants, went to bed, woke up, had dead plants. So that's still a possibility, but I'm just going to bask in the sunlight through the greenhouse glass and just wait. And I'll bring you back when we have news on these things, and I'll keep such a close eye on it, okay? Back in your life in a moment. All right, my friends, midday check-in. Now, in a lot of games, you plant things and you can go away for a while. Now, all of these have gotten additional water, but I'm kind of trying to bide my time. Let's do a quick check. It sounds like it's raining outside, and I wonder if... No, it doesn't seem like it. I just thought I'd see maybe you can fill your watering can by standing in the rain. I know a lot of games let you kind of use rainwater to you know, fill jars or whatever. Doesn't seem like that's the case with this. So we're going to have to make this half a can last. And it seems like this might be a dawn to dusk. The whole growing process is a one-day thing. So that seems about right. If I water... Yes, okay. So this is about the distance where you're only going to have to give it 1 squirt of water and keep it fully hydrated. Ah, see? Now that needs 2. That needs 2. So does that. I'm going to leave that one. And that one too. I'm just gonna... we'll see if there's a difference between watering it until you get that bleep and not doing that. But I'm just gonna keep such a close eye, guys. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here literally until I run out of water, and if I do, we'll go the shortest distance possible to get some and come right home. And hopefully we'll keep a close eye on these and not let anything happen. But it looks like we're coming up on 1/3 grown, so it's probably dawn to dusk, and I'll stay up at night if need be. I just won't go to bed. We're at home. I've got a med kit. Even if our health starts going down, we've got food. I've got 2 full containers of food. I'm going to let my hunger get almost all the way to the bottom, because these are almost full hunger items. These are made with a beet and a chanterelle, so they're good for cold too, should we need it. And it says I'm starving, but I'm gonna wait, and I'll just make sure the plants don't starve. That's my goal, okay, guys? Okay, it is sunset, and we are a little under halfway. I have just watered everything, and since I'm gonna take this risk, might as well get a full water notification on everything, and I'll let you know if you can go fill your watering can while these things are growing and have them be here when you come back. So let's go try that. Let's show you what it's like to fill the watering can. I've never done it. It starts full, and just keep your fingers crossed nothing dies while we're doing this. It shouldn't, but maybe if you get too far away from home, I don't know. We've gone on adventures away from home before, and that's when they have died on us. So let's get up to the water's edge here. It's so close to home. I mean, refill water. Okay. Very easy. Oh, it looks good. It looks good. Okay, so maybe it is a 2-day growing process, but I'm afraid to sleep. What happens if I sleep? I'll stay up literally as late as possible and water them right before bed if I need to sleep. But we're not even at halfway, so I'm gonna have to, right? You can't stay up a whole night in this game, so I'm gonna wait until I start getting the warning that I'm so tired that my health goes down. I will put water on each of these until that water thing is full, and get this out of my hand. It makes way too much noise. And I will sleep. But we'll try and make it sleeping for the shortest amount of time possible. So I'm going to stay up until it won't let me until I start dying, basically, of exhaustion. Okay? Stay with me, guys. We will have crops today. Alright, guys, I feel like we've made it through at least half the night, but I wanted to show you, we're past 2/3 done, so I get the impression, plant these in the morning, water them immediately, water them before you go to bed, and then hopefully when you wake up, everything will be good. That's the test we are going to have to do here. I'm going to start losing health here in a second, and with the water full on every single one of these plants, it doesn't seem necessary to me that I'm going to have to stay up all night and risk dying over these. So let's go to bed, and the test will be, was it user error, all my dead plants, or is there some glitch? We'll find out in a moment. I'm banking on user error. So this is my 25th day. You can see time has been passing a little bit more quickly as the series continues. Oh, yes. So what do we got? Alright, and the water didn't even go down overnight, but the progress didn't go up too much. So maybe it's a little bit more than a 24-hour run. I'm going to wait for these to come up to be ready to go. And the big question is, are we going to get out of this? Are we going to replenish our supply of seeds, or is there just the limited supply that exists in the game that you get from the loot locations? Let's wait and harvest our very first crop. I feel good about this. It means we could have planted everything. But it also means this isn't a game where you plant crops and it's sort of a permaculture thing where they're always growing and you just harvest them whenever you need them. This is a gather up your seeds, and when you need the food, plant them and pay close attention. Don't leave them overnight. Don't travel too far from home, and keep a close eye on that water and let this completion wheel get all the way to full. 3/4 done, so by the time the sunrise symbol in the top right turns to a daytime symbol, we should be looking pretty. Sitting pretty. Looking pretty good, whatever the expression is. We are so close, guys. So close. Look at this. Stay with me. You're going to get to see the harvest, I think. Now, my question is, I guess, how are the turnips as a food source? Because the beets, in all this time, had I just set out in a new direction, we certainly would have found 4 beets. And they do make a good food source. Beets are very good for, I think there's beets in this food. Beets are very good for filling up the food bar, and you get a little bit in the other categories. Health, maybe, is the other one. But what is the turnip like? We don't find that in the wild. At least we haven't yet. And we've been all around the map, I should show you. In all my exploration in search of the seeds that we needed to do this planting and the others that we've got, I've now filled this box to the brim. Those ropes and wires, cloth, nails, bolts, and pipes, the things that are required in crafting just about everything, we got a ton of them now. So, Ruby beet. Oh, we're just there. Okay, excellent. And no seeds coming with these. So, maybe... No seeds. So it's sort of... Oh, yes. Okay, 1 turnip seed and 1 ruby beet seed. So you get 1 seed every time you harvest a crop. Is that right? Not quite. That looks like something, but I don't think it is. So out of that, we got 2 seeds out of 3 plots. Now let's compare the 2 crops, and we will see kind of how they compare to one another. Here's your turnip. Good on hunger, a little bit on the other 2. And then this one, the ivory turnip, certainly less on hunger. It's the same raw or cooked, but cooked you get a little bit of health and lots of temperature boost, which at this point in the game has not come in handy. There isn't much logic to needing that. But this is good stuff for us, guys. It means that my failures as a gardener earlier in the episode and in the previous episode are my own, and they don't really have anything to do with the game or glitches. It's just you have to pay close attention. It seems like 1.5 days from planting until completion, and if I were to do another test run, I would say they need to have the water bar almost entirely filled 3 times from beginning to end, I would guess, which means probably if you had this whole thing planted, it would mean more than one watering can worth of water. But given that I was so nervous, I watered them like boop, every 2 seconds. Boop, boop. Anytime they needed water, I gave them another splash. But you could let that get. Hey, what? See, that makes odd noises too often. But you could certainly do that. You could certainly water them less than I did. But a successful crop, which is good news for us. And it means we now have a good source of food. We got a couple of extra seeds out of it. So if that's the rate, if every time you plant 3, you end up with 2 seeds, you will eventually get to a point where you can't keep planting seeds. But we have now found the loot that the places I gathered the seeds were up around here. There's one here, and I think one, let's zoom in a little bit. There's one here. This one has the bear, so I haven't managed to get much, but this one and this one were the 2 I visited. One hint, don't unlock boxes that require the lockpick and come back because they will have disappeared on you. But if you look, there's a big chunk of map up here that we haven't gotten into yet. I peeked at somebody's explored map, and it seems like I've kind of gotten close to the limit on this. There isn't much more on the bottom left, but there's a small pod down here to the bottom right and a huge chunk up here to the top right. And if we were to explore, we should find more seeds. So we should be able to keep at this for a while. But, compared to just foraging in the wild, I don't know that this is the most useful thing, given that you kind of have to pay pretty close attention. You can't venture too far from home or leave these overnight without water. So, fun to get it done, but I don't know that we're going to be planting seeds constantly and keeping this greenhouse in constant, it's not going to be blooming all the time. It just is a little bit too labor intensive compared to just harvesting things in the wild. Now, you play for long enough and you run out of things in the wild to harvest. It's nice to have a stash of seeds back here at home and the ability to grow your own crops, but I think we've done what we need to do. We've built this in a previous episode and now gotten our first successful crop out of it. I think next episode we expand. This I have all the resources for, 12 dogbane stems, but both of our remaining extensions require the dogbane stems, and I don't have enough to build both. So I think the next time we get together, we're going to do this instead, and we'll use 6 of our, what do I have, maybe 12? I have 15 dogbane stems, so we need to find another source of those. I think we use 6 of them, and 1 glue, which I've already got here, as well as planks. Next episode, we'll start with the sewing room. And before we go, I'm going to peek down here at our crafting station and show you sewing thread. That seems to be the only thing that's directly related to it. Fishbone and jute rope, so we could certainly do that. And that means a bigger backpack or different outfits. So there are 6 possible outfits and 6 possible backpacks. Obviously, this one has 12 slots. If we could expand that, that would make a huge difference on the days we go out exploring into the world to gather resources. Because every time I gather resources, especially if seeds are involved that don't stack, I end up, barely being able to bring home the loot from 1 or 2 loot sites. But it seems like day 25 is already in the books. Guys, thank you for watching. I've been blabbing a lot since I got those crops out, but this is our place. We are going to add the sewing room, which will be like a little boop over top of this next time, and then in the episode after that, we will get to start brewing, and that is an extension that pops boop out this back door. So nice and easy. I cannot wait to keep playing the game with you guys to fully explore the map and get to the regions using the tent that we have not yet been able to reach because they are more than 1 day away from home. I can't wait. But thank you for joining me, guys. This has been really fun. We got another notch under our belt, another achievement. We are now crop growers, and we've got a little pet here. He's very hungry, so I'll grab him some food before the beginning of next episode, and we'll set out on another adventure. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you. I'm digging the game. There is a bit more to do in it, so expect another 2, 3, 4 episodes. And yeah, I'm loving it. Thank you, guys. I'll see you in episode 6. Okay, bye bye.